again. Mamps.
Don.
Man, this is going to be somewhat of a little bit of a darker discussion right here.
This is some serious shit.
I like to keep it broad, people.
I like to keep it lighthearted.
We like to keep it lighthearted and broad. We don't like to talk about things in certain regions like just UK or just American. This is a broad subject, but this particular part of it might be focused more on Europeans because I don't think a lot of you Americans would know some of the people we're going to mention right now.
Definitely.
But I think, man, you might try to draw some comparisons to help because...
Yeah, I'm going to try to. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to try to.
The topic at hand is far-reaching anyway. Recently, Maps, in the UK, there's been some celebrities with some interesting pasts. Some of their pasts have come to light. Some of the things that they've done, that they've got away with for fucking years, has come to light.
Even died and still got away with it.
Yeah, that well. The first person we're going to bring up as well. Yeah. Man, it's even related to the whole, I think the Daily Mirror crap. The whole thing about the Daily Mirror being shut down. I'll bring it up in a bit anyway.
Oh, the News of the World.
Yeah, sorry. News of the World.
Sorry. Daily Mirror still around. Daily Mirror still around. Don't worry. News of the World.
How could I forget? My apologies if any of the employees are watching right now. So the first person we're going to talk about right now is it Jimmy
Savile.
Jimmy Savile. Now, before we get into it, I got to apologise to my man from podcast Hell Plus. If you're watching this, Rob, you did bring this up when we did the podcast, and I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And I will elaborate on that more, because honestly, I didn't even know Jimmy Savile by name, because I did not grow up with this guy. Now, members, who is Jimmy Savile, to start things off?
Jimmy Savile was just like an entertainer in terms of he did this show called Top of the Pops, which was a very old show, which just did the top, which basically just said what were the music on, what was the music charts. It would just basically show the music charts and show the bands and everything else. And also, after, I think in the 80s, he did a show called Jim Will Fix It, which is basically a kid's show in where Jimmy Savile will somehow fix it. When I mean fix it, he'll say, the children will write letters, say, oh, Jimmy Savile, can you let me ride a roller coaster and eat my lunch in the roller coaster? And he'll be like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Or whatever.
I just want to be clear. This guy was like a child celebrity. He was a celebrity for children.
It was a celebrity for children and teenagers in a way. And he was just that kind of... He had that persona of it. But there were there's always been rumours about him being just a little bit odd.
So this guy was loved and adored by the public, by the British people.
Yeah, because he did also, at the same time, he did charity work.
Yeah.
He did other stuff. He helped in hospitals and all that shenanigans.
So what has come to light recently in the last couple of years about this gentleman?
Jimmy Savile, when he died, a lot of people have come out and said they were sexually molested by Jimmy Savile at an age of like 12, 13. I think the youngest was 10, maybe 9. But to me, it was... I mean, I never watched Jimmy Savile. I was either too young or too old. It didn't really matter. I never really got into it.
Was you really thinking about this guy in your everyday life?
No, I wasn't thinking about this guy because this guy... And everyone says, oh, he's a much beloved kind of icon. I'm like, really? Because I never really... I never even loved him.
Well, let's cut to the chase. What's this guy been convicted of now?
Paedophilia.
Paedophilia.
Okay. Paedophilia. I mean, pretty much. Paedophilia, and there has been cases of maybe necrophilia.
Jesus Christ.
There has been cases of necrophilia, but mainly paedophilia. Oh, sorry, and for the American guys, Jimmy Savile is the equivalent of Dick Clark.
Okay.
That's for the American guys, just to make sure.
If they're watching. If the American guys haven't switched the channel, like, what's this guy talking about now? Okay.
Yeah, that's want to make sure.
Alright, so to be honest with you, when I found out about the guy, just rolling through this quickly, yeah, I was disgusted and, you know, but personally, he wasn't someone I watched on when I was growing up in UK. I watched Top of the Pops. I remembered his face, I guess, a couple of times, but when I told my sister about it, she was really disgusted and devastated because she knew him. My older brother also, they knew him.
I think it's a generational thing. Really.
I guess it's a generational thing because people older than me, and I was born in '83, they know him.
Yeah.
You know, they know him very well, and a lot of the British public are disgusted by him. Let me put it to the side, because unfortunately, he is not the only fucker that has been discovered. Now, the second fucking case. This guy is someone I know very well, someone I grew up with, someone I did admire.
This guy disappoints me. This guy sickens me and disappoints me because, as you said, we both grew up with him. We both watched his programs. We both loved watching his programs. We both did, like, we watched his cartoon program, we watched his drawing program, we watched his Animal Hospital program, we watched all these other programs, and he was this lovable guy, and this Australian lovable guy with his glasses and his beard.
Yeah.
To you guys who don't know that description, it's Rolf Harris.
Rolf Harris.
His ongoing case. Now, his ongoing case. Now, obviously, we can't say too much, just in case of litigation or anything else. But what he's been accused of is fucking wrong. Regardless, what he's been accused of in terms of, once again, paedophilia.
Yeah.
And basically sex abuse. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. It's wrong in every case, and it's that kind of aspect. I'm just sitting there like, my childhood is tainted, and my innocence has gone.
You know, I look at this guy's face that you can see on the screen right now, and you know, he kind of reminds me of the Colonel.
Colonel Sanders. That's a pretty looking good Colonel.
I'm sorry to make the joke, but you know, I see his face, I think of the Colonel, and I was, you know, being a black guy who loves chicken, I respected him. You know, let's be honest. I respected Colonel Sanders a little bit more, because, you know.
Yeah. Even though I'm not sure if Colonel Sanders, he must have had a dodgy. He must have been racist, at least. He was a good mate of good chicken.
As long as he fired that chicken. Fire that chicken. Fire that chicken. As long as he fired, I don't give a fuck. But anyway, getting back to serious, man. This guy, man. You know, I just could not believe it. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these celebrities. And you know what? It isn't just UK. It isn't just UK.
It isn't. And the one thing I do want to say is, I don't want to hear the excuse of, it was the 70s, it was the 60s. Oh, this shit happened. You can't use a decade as an excuse. That's what I say.
I never thought about this guy in my everyday life. It's just someone I had really fond memories of. Yeah. Someone who inspired me to love animation. And you know what? I actually do think his popularity does outreach even outside of the UK to the European. I think he was a very popular guy. Yeah, I think Rolf Harris was more popular than Jimmy Savile.
Oh personally. Yeah, definitely. I think he was more beloved than Jimmy Savile was. Jimmy Savile, always an odd side to him. Always wasn't sure what. And
the fact that, you know what the funny shit is, man? They got this guy. How old is he now? 70, 80?
He's 80.
He's in his 80s. The guy's gone. The guy is at the end of his life. I see the guy on court now. I see the guy on YouTube. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, oh, you should have died and they should have brought this up. Why are they doing it now? But hey, man, you're guilty, fuck it. You're 80.
Justice has to be served.
I hate seeing these people come on the news saying, we knew about it for so long, but I didn't want to say anything, so we wait till the guy's fucking 80. Anyway, you know what? That's neither here nor there. We can move this on to American actors anyway, because honestly, Paul, all I can say is I'm disgusted. These guys should get what they deserve.
They should.
First guy's dead. May you rot in hell.
Yeah.
Rolf Harris, you're a son of a bitch.
But wait, I said Rolf Harris is still ongoing. It's an ongoing case. I just want to make that
But
case.
I actually saw a testimony by him admitting to most of this as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. But as I said, I'm just making sure there's still the trial is still continuing.
Guilty, fuck it, guilty. Fuck it, I say guilty. Bam!
Don't close down our YouTube clips just yet. I'm giving the voice a reason, so.
This rolls on into, because we're going to move on to our next video, people, because honestly, there's not much, I could go on for ages about how I'm disappointed, but you know what? You know how I feel. A lot of the UK public feel the same way. A lot of people in general feel the same way. But we're going to ease us onto our next video, I want you guys to stay tuned for. This goes on to Celebrity Secrets coming down. Yeah. And, you know, people like my beloved, you guys can see little Michael Jackson. I know you saw it in the video clip. So you see little Michael Jackson there. People are like, he's just as guilty. Michael Jackson, You know what? Personally, again, I guess the first one, I don't think Michael Jackson did it. He was cleared in the court of law anyway, so, you know, one of my personal heroes, whatever. But you know what? He's got that stigma. Yeah. Done.
Basically what we're trying to say is, can you separate the criminal or the artist from the arts?
That is going to be on this video specifically. But I just want to say, these things do taint people's careers, whether they're found guilty or not.
Yes.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
One of my favourite directors of all time. That shit stigmatized his career. Period. And now that shit's come back to bite him in the ass again. But you know what? In this video, we're going to talk about separating the celebrity from his work. Yeah. And can you do that? Can you love a guy who bites his girlfriend, beats her up, kicks on the street, and still dance to his music?
Can you love a guy who pissed on a 14-year-old girl and still is like releasing singles right now?
Hey,
Love is gonna love.
I don't even want
any other.
I want to piss on you.
Yes, yes. Classic Chappelle sketch. So.
People, check out next video because this is a long conversation. We got to break it into two.
Yeah, we have to. See you on the other side.